Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I'm here with my latest video. I can hardly believe it. I'm excited. I'm feeling really, really good. I've been sleeping a bit. I'm kind of dealing with my issue that I've had for a while, which is a form of sleep apnea. It's about my tongue. I finally figured out over a lot of trial and error that it's about my tongue relaxing and seeping down into my throat as I'm sleeping. And so I'm doing some things for that. And anyway, and I'm also in the middle of a fast right now, just to really get close, and also for, health reasons and things too. So I'm doing a lot of good things. I'm doing really well. So I just want to let everybody know that was worried about me or something and wondering how I'm doing. I'm just so good right now. The Lord's blowing my mind what he's doing. And I'm excited to bring this information to you. Again, this whole year of 2022 that you've been with me, if you have been maybe part of it, maybe, or this year and longer, this might be the complete payoff. I really hope so. Again, the best I can do is guess. I don't know the future. I haven't been given the a crystal ball to look into the future or something like that. I wouldn't even take one. But so I'm excited about this because it's about the year of the rabbit, the Chinese New Year, year of the rabbit. That's where what I pet goats talking about, I believe. And it's the transition between the year of the tiger and the year of the rabbit. Okay, so for a long time, I just didn't even think about that, think about the rabbit being possibly Easter or something, of course. And then for the last 6 months, I considered it, and I was being shown a lot of things about some of these times coming up. And then, it's about a lot of these numbers can fit other numbers and things. So anyway, you be the judge, and I'm going to go through this with you and see what you think. But I have a huge presentation here, huge, one of my biggest ever, if not the biggest, one of my biggest ever. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Also, we're here. I'm on Telegram. If you want to sign up for Telegram, there'll be a link in the description box below. It's through your phone, and you'll get notifications on my videos, as well as I do gematria and things like that sometimes. And there's, right now I've got a good amount of followers, over 1,000, over 1,200, something like that on that. So, it could be bigger, of course. But I guess a lot of people don't want to necessarily do some notification through their phone or whatever, but it's really convenient. It's great. It's good stuff. So anyway, and I also want to mention, like I've mentioned in previous videos, that my motto is having no part in the worthless deeds of darkness, but instead exposing them. Ephesians 5:11. And ultimately, the day that the transformations of the 144, the aliens invading, bad aliens or monsters, you could call them, the children being taken, I think, did I already say that? The people turning into zombies, all that has to do with 5:11, which is crazy. And my twin boys literally came home on May 11th. And then my daughter was born on 11/5. There's so much. There's even so much more than that. I've shared some of that stuff over time, but it's coming. I believe this January 23rd, which January is the 11th month to the elites on the Roman calendar, and then the 23rd. So that's 11. 2 plus 3 is 5. And this is very possibly it. So if you want to sign up, again, the link's in the description box below. But I want to mention to anybody who's supposedly Christian or whatever, that if you have any issue with me, take it to the Lord. If you even know him. Unfortunately, most Christians don't know Jesus whatsoever, unfortunately. And if you know him, you'll listen to him. He says, "My sheep hear my voice," and you'll do what he says if you're really following him. There's a difference between knowing of him and knowing him. Okay, there's a huge difference. So anyway, get off my soapbox and let's keep going. Okay, so I also want to mention here, predictive programming. The ones that you don't know about this, it's a subtle form of psychological conditioning woven into the fabric of all mass media, designed to subconsciously program and or consciously acquaint the public with pre-planned societal changes, events, or ideas or events. These changes, ideas, or events actually become reality, largely because the public over time has already become programmed and or familiarized with them, accepting them as natural progressions, thus eliminating virtually all possible public resistance, commotion, or investigation. Now, if you want to also click, I don't know if it's at the top or bottom. Sometimes there's 3 dots at the top of your video. There's a little, like a little V at the bottom of your video. You can click on that or something, and it tells you if you want to slow my voice down. Some people say I talk too fast. because I'm really in a good mood and I'm doing really well right now, so I'm talking a little bit faster than normal. If you want to slow me to whatever you want to do, or if you want to speed me up a little bit and listen to me in less time than it normally takes, because this is going to be close to a 2-hour thing. You want to speed me up, and then it won't take just as long as time. So you can do that right there. So, so handle people that say I talk too fast, and then handle people say it's too long. So to some degree, I mean, you're not going to completely please people, which I found I don't people please. So, but it's a service to you, letting you know about these things if you don't know. Okay, so here we go. Also, I want to mention as well. What was I going to mention? I forget what I was going to mention. What was I going to mention? Yeah, I'll think about it. What it was. So this is my previous timeline that I did before the last video I did. December 18th through 19th was the first day. It's the pre-day is the 18th because 1 plus 8 is 9, and that's not yet 1. And then 1 plus 9 is 10, and take away the 0, that's 1. So that's numerically the first day. And then you look at all the other numbers like 22, 23. Right here, 22, 23 is 2 plus 2 is 4th day. 2 plus 3 is 5th day. So this is the 4th and 5th. So this is the pre-day where you got stuff like, oh yeah, if you want to look at all the events that are going to happen that I put down over time. I've learned in predictive programming of these about 14/15 day timeline. If you want to look at all the events that are going to happen, or that I'm predicting are going to happen based on all this predictive programming and gematria and everything else, be linked to, pinned to the top of comments on this video. So the whole list of stuff. So because I'm not going to get into all that in this video. I might touch on a couple things, but that's it. So the first day is like, for example, Biden biting it, and then Harris taking over for a short time. Trump will have a big announcement, things like that. And then it's the first attack day right here. That's why it's in red. And then we have the death of Obamazels and Trumpel right here. And then we have why it's in blue, the tsunamis. For both West Coast and East Coast, hit both coasts. And then we have the massive destruction, nukes for the whole United States. And then this is when Stinky BO would be on the first day, for example. But this was December through the 1st. This was a transition. I was really seeing the transition numbers, okay? So not only was I seeing, Christmas Eve and Christmas, which is a transition, because, the day before the birth of, this idea, even though Christmas isn't really the birth of Jesus, it's more like the 9th month, 11th day. You know what I'm saying? 9th month, 11th day was when Jesus was really born. And so that's why they love that 9 and then the 11 thing. Okay. So, with that, what was I going to say about that? So first day, so transitions. Okay. So the transition, so think about this, the transition from when there was no Messiah till he was born, that's a big transition. So that's a transition. So that's Christmas Eve to Christmas, if that was the real day, okay? So it's probably like 9th month, 10th day to 9th month, 11th day will transition. And then the idea of 923 was, Revelation 12 sign, it was a transition. It was the Feast of Trumpets. It was a transition from the previous year to the next year. And then we have New Year's, which is a symbol. These are all symbols of transitions. New Year's to New Year's Eve to New Year's Day is a transition, okay, from one age to another age, or one time frame to another time frame. So that's what they're trying to show. So ultimately, what is that transition? And I'm thinking that it is most likely, what we're seeing now is on the Chinese calendar. So from the Chinese, which is an iPad goat, from the tiger, the water tiger, there's actually a series of 5 different elements. There's wood, water, fire, whatever, all these 5 different elements. And then you have 12 different animals. And so it's a 60-day cycle. So we were on the water tiger, and now we're going into the water rabbit. And there's a lot of water rabbits in iPad goat. I'm in the sky and in the water, and I'm going to show you some of that stuff too. And it's huge. I think I've completely smashed this, but we'll see. I'm always hopeful. I'm probably too hopeful about each time frame that I look at. But I'm sorry about that. If some people get all excited and it doesn't happen, I'm sorry about all that. In fact, there's many times if I thought about it, I wouldn't follow me because of some of this stuff. But on the other hand, you've got to see that the Lord's showing me some incredible things. So, you got to see that he's there, and then hopefully you can see that at least, and then just hang in there with me. We're going to get there. So what 12 was Decem. This Decem was 10. It's 10 to the elites. It's Decem in Latin, which is 10. So it's really, Decem right here is 10, is really 1. So because you take the 0 away as 1, so it's really January, I'm saying. Okay, again, this is my massive speculation based on a lot of things. I'm going to show you a lot of this stuff. Okay, you decide. So it's really just January 1819 is the pre-day, first attack day, all that kind of stuff, like I said. Okay, and it goes to February 1st. Okay, being the last day. Okay, so let's keep going. Boom. And then Chinese New Year is right here on the 5th day, which is a massive transition right here, because that's exactly when the portal opens for the first time and takes the children. And again, a lot of Christians don't know that or believe that. If you want to know about that, it's in the description box below. The very bottom of the description box below, I have links about the 144. I have links about the innocent children be taken first, and that scripture on all this stuff. Okay, it's God has hidden it from people, from his believers, because for a number of reasons. Because he's trying to, he'll use it to get people very serious in the tribulation. If they're in the tribulation, his children, and then they'll see that these children, all these innocent children all around the world are taken, and then they'll get really serious about getting close and dealing with their stuff and everything, dealing with their heart and everything, dealing with healing and all that stuff. Which they haven't been. That's a massive, huge issue with most of God's children. They don't know Jesus, and they haven't dealt with the stuff they need to deal with. They haven't dealt with dealing with their inside. The Bible says, "Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers." And people want to jump ahead and prosperity, financial, all that stuff, prosperity, get a good job, get a good other stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then meanwhile, their soul, the thing that ravaged their soul when they were young, or trauma that they had, or whatever, things that was done to them, or whatever, that carry with them and break up marriages and break up relationships and all that kind of stuff is still with them. They have to deal with that. The only way they can really deal with that, the only way you can and I can really deal with that, I've dealt with that, is to go to the Lord, and Jesus will show you what you need to see and take you on a path you couldn't have planned for yourself, and take you to areas you wouldn't have seen and know, and do things you don't want to do, but it's necessary. And that's not the American way. American way is do whatever you want, whenever you want. And that's basically Satanism. So, okay, here we go. Bam. So Chinese New Year fits right in there perfectly with this transition. And then we have, so I'm going to focus on the first. We're going to hit some of the different time frames, the days here, over here, some of this stuff a little bit. I'm going to focus on this first and get into some of these. So the first thing about that is, so I was considering this, and then the last thing I was talking about in December, I was considering this, and I was seeing about the rabbit. I was like, oh, okay. But I was tired of this, all of this, okay? As a lot of you can relate. And again, I apologize to all of you. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I just feel I'm apologetic. I can understand where you're coming from when things don't happen. You put all your faith in maybe what I'm saying, or even what, this a time frame or something that's coming up. Maybe other people talking about it too and all that. And my heart breaks. Literally, each time my heart is broken and it's like shattered on the floor. I mean, seriously, it feels like that almost every single time. And that's just what it is. That's me, And then, so I just go to Jesus. I get up, go to his feet. I kiss his feet almost pretty much. And then I beg him to fix me and put me back together. And then, I beg him if I could not do this anymore, almost every single time. And then he says, oh, he told me 2 years ago, when I really seriously just said, I don't want to do this anymore. And I really prayed, and I even fasted for 10 days. And I just said, I don't want to do this anymore. And then he said, you don't have to. And I was like, what? And then, so I was like, okay. And then like the next day, he gave me these great revelations about stuff and the next time frame and all that. And I could not believe it. It was just insane. And then so what he does is he says, you can go anytime, but then I'm going to just blow your mind with stuff each time. So that's how you're going to do it. You're just going to keep wanting to do it because I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to heal your heart like that and give you something that excites you right away to just, heal your heart like in a split second almost. And so that's just, oh man, I can't even tell you what that's like with him. It's like this roller coaster some of you understand that. So, but here it is. I was literally sitting there asking about this time frame. I'm saying, listen, either I'm not doing this. I was not doing good. And I said, either I'm not doing this or you're going to show me something incredible or something. And within a few minutes, I was doing something and I was looking at this time frame and even looking at January being 11 and looking at some stuff. And I looked up across the room. This is really close to it, but across the room to my living room. And I had to put this digital clock up so I could see it wherever I need it to be in the first level. Basically, I could see it wherever. I always want to know what time it is for some reason. I'm just like that. I want to see what time it is. If I can't see the clock, I hate that. So from where I was sitting in my kitchen table, which I do a lot of work for. My kitchen table is crazy. I could see that. I literally just happened to look up at it, and it was literally 11/19/22. You see 35 here because, and that's another thing. I haven't had a clock that shows seconds. I haven't need to see seconds, but this one does. And I've never, and before that, a few days before that, I saw 11/11/11 in the seconds also, 11/11/11. And I even told my wife, she was like, okay, you saw 11/11, you saw 11/11. I go, no, I saw 11/11/11. And there's some movie, there's a couple of movies called 11/11/11 about the Antichrist and birth of the Antichrist being a boy or whatever, 11/11/11. And then the Lord just basically said 2022, 222. So it's still in 2022. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then, anyway, so I'm at this, looking at this, and I literally saw 11/19/22. That's what I pretty much saw. See that? But the reason why I have a 22, look at that, it's 35 to 22, because I just put a 22 right over that. But I took a picture of this because I got up, I saw 22, and then I got up, I was like, oh, I better take a picture of that while I just to kind of remind me of whatever in the moment. And then when I finally got over to there, up to it, it was 35 seconds. And then I just, then I took a picture of the 22 later and put it over that. But just to show you, that's what I originally saw. I mean, believe it or not, if you think I'm being honest with whatever, you believe whatever you want, okay? But that's what happened. So, and I'm like, wow. So that's January being the 11th month till the elites, the 19th, and then 22. And I was just like, and I was literally talking about that in that context at that moment. And I basically looked up and boom, there it was in front of my face. I mean, I'm sorry. If you don't understand how this stuff works, and if you don't get that, then I don't know what to say, but that blew my mind. And I've had more freakish stuff than that, and one after the other. And then I had some of the stuff like this. Here, boom. So then I looked up real quick. I was really thinking about the iPad Goat date of, iPad Goat came out on June 24th, 2012, but just to use as a date from last year to a date this year, the next January 19th, right after, would be last year to this year. And, January 19th would be the first day. That was 210 days. And the Lord gave me a short dream about how and then he said, Isis is born on 210. And Isis being the female goddess, and that's what Stinky BO is, the 44th Prez. He is Isis. He's a representation of Isis. He's Isis and Osiris. He's male and female together embodied in one clone person. He's a clone. So 210, that was one example. And then when I went right to, then I did Isis real quick and gematria, and then I literally looked at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, 119 is right in here. So I got rid of this 999. Anything you got 92 stays the same, so you get rid of the nines. Any nines you want. Some you have to keep for a message, but this is clear. It was 999, got rid of that. And 999 obviously is upside down and backwards 666. So Isis is the devil, 666 in a sense, female opposition to God, the male kind of in a sense opposition to the female, spiritual antagonist, 666, and then it has 119 left over, 119, which of course is 9, 1, and then 1 backwards, of course, okay? And then I'm like, okay, let me go from, I was doing some different things, but then right after I saw this thing on the clock, let me go from the actual date of iPad Goat that it came out, okay, to this, the first, or that, what do you call it? The bunny, the New Year, the rabbit, okay? And it was 210. And I come across a ton of 210s. I'm not getting into all that right now. I just want to give you a point. So Isis born on 210. There's several 210s. Okay. So also 1119 is upside down and backwards 6111, or backwards 1116. Okay, it's not exactly a mirror because then the 6 would look backwards over here, but it's backwards. So you have 6111 or 1116. And I've been talking about 1116. If you watch my videos for the last almost year, and I thought it might be first February 16th or February 19th, being 1 and 1 is 2, and so I started back in February when he said Isis is born on 210. So I've been dealing with this for almost a year now. It's crazy. And I think we're finally here. And let me show you what 116 is. 1116 is also. This is nuts. And then he had me, I knew about this. Bama, that's last name of Stinky BO, okay? Bama, which means a high place, okay? He's also exalted high in the world, right? As the president. And people say, oh, he's not the AC or whatever. Please, you know what? He is the number one followed person on Twitter in the world. Okay, and there's no one really a second. There's nowhere a close second. He's the number one. Okay, and so I'm sorry, but that's That's a good contender right there. Not only there's 1,000 things. I'm over 700 solid evidence that he's the Antichrist. I mean, and I'm not getting into all those right now. Okay, but watch this. What's 1116 from the actual attack day of that right here, 9, 1, and then 1. Okay, till the actual day I'm saying he's going to be born. Okay, which is with the tsunamis. That's New York tsunami date with this new timeline is 1116 or event 201. Okay, and then there's so much with this. There's so much. Now check this out. Now watch this. Boom. Okay, January 30th. Now watch January 30th, right? Now watch January 30th. Boom. See this? Barak is January 30th. Just take this 0 away. January 30th, and then boom, Obama 1116, which is right there. 116, January 30th. So we have Barack Obama. Yeah, sure. All right, connected to this day and that day right here. These two, oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, there's so much more. Okay, and then from the first case of the what do you call it? The Convid 1984, I call it the con of the Convid in 1984. Okay, which is controlling 1984. Get it? Okay, Convid 1984 is January 20th, whatever, and to this first day is 156. Now I'm gonna get into 156 in several ways. And then I'm gonna tell you if you don't know what it is, I'm gonna tell you what it is. But just hold on, check this out. So that's a milestone in this whole plan demicals. Okay, bam. Okay, and what was that? That was CDC. Yeah, reports the first case right here, right there. It is. Okay, so like I said, boom, and then look from that date. Okay, to that date. From that date right there to the date I'm talking about is going to be the first day, which is going to completely relate to a new thing coming out. And I think it's possibly going to be the tau variansals that I'm making up because I see a lot of signs of it, but it might be some other kind of thing, okay, that kind of equates to that, but that's my guess. And if it hits, man, I'm going to guess the most crazy thing that no one thought I would guess. But look at this. See this? This was a leap year in 2020, so that's 346 day of the year, and this is the normal year, and that's 346 day of the year, so literally the same exact day. So that's predicting the same day 3 years later. See, that's the thing about predictive programming, is in symbols and gematria and dates and all this kind of stuff, it's hidden in those things, what they're planning for the world and the demise of the United States and the rise of the Antichrist and all that kind of stuff in all these things. You just got to know how to kind of figure it out and put it together, and I'm trying to do this over time. It's crazy. And then this was the first what was this? The first, it was the first, the first one was the first reported case. This was the first death, okay? To this is 156. See that? There's the other 156. And it's also in a different way, the same thing is 1056 in days, 156. Okay, you don't count zeros. And that was, the first death. Okay, right here, boom. Now let's go to another substantial thing. The first variansals is this one, and that was on June 11th. Okay, June 11th, right here, 2021. Okay, so from that date to January 18th, again, 18th, 19th, our first day. They're counted as one day to that day is 951 days. So you're like, whoop-de-doo, what's that? Well, upside down and backwards is 156 again. 156, 156, 156, 156. And there's even way more that I'm going to show you. But I'm just showing you. Well, and then also, what's June 11th? June 11th is 6/11. Okay, 6/11, June 11th. Upside down and backwards is 119, or January 19th. Okay, and then 1819. Get an 1819 right here from June 11th. So they're basically the same date in a sense. And the difference is 951 days, which is upside down and backwards 156. So what is 156? We'll find out here soon. And then from the Omicronsals, variansals on that day, okay, to the first day I'm saying here of this time frame, 1 year, 56 days, 156 again. Just keeps happening. Okay, that's Omicronsals. Okay, that's what I say, because okay, God, this is actually stuck coming down. Why is it coming down there like this? Why are these? I'm not sure how that worked. Oh, no, I see. It's just showing. I didn't put a black background on these for some reason. Because 9, 1, and 1 is a 156 prime. It's all about 9, 1, and then 1. It's about the birth of it's really about a message of the birth of the real person, dude, named Jesus. But it's also about the birth of the false dude, that is Broxels or Bombsels. Okay, whatever. It's whatever. So all these 156, and there's plenty more. I'm just showing you some huge examples of these things with the convid and with the hokey pokey and all that. It's crazy. The 156 is all over the place. Okay, it's all about 9-1 and 1. Here's another one here. So this event 201 that happened back in the pre-pandemics, the plan for the demic. It was the plan by John Hopkins, this whole simulated thing. And then, of course, just a few months later, it all started. Yeah, that was a coincidence. Sure. So it was event 201. See? Okay, boom. So from that date, event 201, to this first day, it just happens to be 9 and then 1 and 1 backwards. Sure. That's just a coincidence. And then from that day to the actual event 201, because event 201 is going from 2 to 1, and it's really about, again, also October 18th is 10:18. And what did Jesus say in Luke 10:18? He said, I see Satan falling as lightning from heaven. I see Satan as lightning falling from heaven, and that's Barack Obama, like I just showed you earlier. Barack Obama's lightning falling from heaven. That's event 201, and from that day, Luke 10:18, to this actual tsunami day when lightning's going to fall from heaven, and then that's going to be his major birth to be, the devil's going to overtake the Stinky Bill's dead body and resurrect him. In a sense, he's going to be the king of the zombies, and that is also, get rid of this 9, 1 and then 1 backwards. Okay, crazy. And then now check this out even more. But if you just add the existing day, because this is without adding the existing day, this date to that date. Now if we just include the existing day, which they do that, God does that, and then the elite do that in different ways in their programming and stuff. You include the existing day, that gets you to 1200 days exactly. What does that mean? The hidden meaning of that is you have 1 plus 200 is event 201. 1 plus 200 is 201. Get it? Okay. So that's event 201. That's the real event 201. And the other meaning of event 201 is the first day of 9, 1 and then 1, or 119, January 19th. Okay, boom. Let's keep going. And then what's this? Okay, so we know what 9, 1 and then 1 is. The date is this Sep and then 11, right? So it's the 254th day of the year with 111 days left over. And then the opposite of that, the exact opposite of that, is April 21st, the 111th day of the year with 254 days left over, right? And what is April 21st? The birth of who? That's the birth of the Queensels. The Queensels who died on September 8th, the Queen Elizabeth, that was her birthday. Okay? And she was 96. Now check this out. From her birthday to when she died, because death is birth, is 141 days. Now from her death day to the Stinky BO's real death day, because this is what this really means, because it's the 8th day and this is the 8th day. 2 plus 6 is 8. Okay, from that day to that day is also 141 days. And that's a template showing you that from her birth to her death, from her death to his death. It's crazy. And what's 141 hiding? It's hiding something, because 4 is actually 9. See that? It's a 9 there. See, it's a 9. It's right. All the things are hiding different things. It's crazy. Upside down and backwards, all kinds of things. Opposites, mirrors. I mean, all kinds of things I've shared. They're hiding other things. In fact, a 1 is hiding a 7. If you didn't have the serif, some ones just have this little thing right here. You don't have the serif down here. But a 1 is hiding a 7 because the 7's got the little thing. But you can just go like that. There's a vertical line. That's a 1. There's definitely sans serif 1s out there without a serif. Okay, so that is 191, really hiding. So we have, if you just move the 4 over here, so this is what this is showing. Like I said, remember all these 156s that were, the prime, and then or 9, 1 and then 1 is the 156 prime. So then now we have pure 9, 1 and then 1, and we have 9 right here. Move that over to the left. Just switch these two, and you have 9, 1 and then 1. Or move this 4, which is really hiding a 9, and move that over there, and that's hiding. There you go. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And look at that. I mean, that is so perfect. It fits so perfectly. And I have far more of these. Okay, and so now let's look at the 26. Again, this is the death, like I said right here, the 26 right here is the death of the queen, and this is the death of the queen. Baraka. Okay, there was actually a documentary called Baraka. and Baraka mean a lot of different things in a lot of different languages, but they're all good. Okay, and it's a universal language of that name. In fact, one of the judges in the Bible, okay, the book of Judges, was Deborah, and Deborah means bee, and Deborah was a judge or for judgment. And what was Deborah's husband's name? Barak. Anyway, this stuff gets really deep. Oh my goodness. Okay, and there's a lot I could cover. There's so much more that I have probably another 2 hours of stuff I could cover about this time. I had to just get the juiciest stuff I could think of and find in here. So there's so much. Oh, that was gonna say earlier. Now I remember. Keep going. There's so much in here, and I'm about to get to all the juicy, beefy stuff. That's amazing. Okay, so you gotta watch this whole thing. That's what I should have said in the beginning. That's what, okay, but you gotta watch this whole thing because I have so much juicy stuff. It's crazy. Okay, boom. Now look, when this thing, which people think is sweat, which really sperm, because over here there's a phallic symbol over here on the chalkboard, and that's sperm because that's about about conception and birth and rebirth. Conception, birth, death, and rebirth. That's what this is all about. And that's a V, and then when it comes down here, it has an upside down J. So that's 22, and then 10 is, take away the 0, is 1. 22 plus 1. It's also 122. January 22nd, or 22nd, or 2022 plus 1 is 2023. It's both. That's what they're showing. They're literally showing January 22nd, and then they're also showing 22 going into 23. That's the transition right there. 22, and then as you add the 1 to 23, it's right there. Okay, and he's getting all nervous about his coming death, and then his coming death is when it comes out the window. So he's looking down the aisle. He knows his death's coming. This is the 22nd, which is an attack on the United States. 22nd, 23rd, and it's also on the transition there of 22nd, 23rd year of the Chinese calendar. And even eventually after February is going to be the transition to 22nd to 23rd on the Roman calendar. Okay, but boom, and it pulls out here. And the first thing I'm going to cover here is this. We have, because he dies on the 26th, like I said. What do we have here? We have JZ. It looks like JZ. And and then this is Phi. This is Phi. This is the Greek letter Phi with the O with the line through it, in a sense. Okay, so the O with the line through it is in his name. He literally signs his name with Sinkibo O Bombsels with an O with a line through it. He is the Phi. And when the Phi is the golden ratio, the golden mean, and the lead that made him a clone, considered him the perfect person, perfect being. They've created him to be that from their own creation. They believe that. And he's the golden mean, or the golden ratio, which is Phi. Okay, and here's Phi right here. Okay, and then we have JZ. Now I'm going to show you something about this. This is crazy. So we have J is what? J is 10. Z is 26. So again, we have, like I said, remember before I thought it might be December because I saw all this stuff, but it's really, you just take the 0 away, and that's January. So Decem is 10, but then December on the Gregorian is 12. Okay, so, it's just not, sometimes you just don't know which set of numbers they are and all that. And they do this. They do it so many different ways. It's hard to find it, but eventually I will find it and figure it out because I'm on this trail. The Lord has me on this trail, and He's showing me all these things. So, and then we have Phi. So now watch. Phi is also symbolic of an O, and that's 6, or O is 15. 15 letter of the alphabet. 1 plus 5 is 6. And then we have a 1. See, that's secretly a 1 over that. So we have O and a 1, and that's plus 1. So we literally have right here January 26th. 6 plus 1 is 7. And what's 7? 2, 2, 3. 2023 is 2 plus 2 plus 3, which is 7. So we have January 26th, and that's when his death is, and that's why he's looking all serious about it, because that's his death day. And I mean, he's probably not really, but maybe he is inside, who knows. But that's just showing you that, okay, he's all concerned or whatever, okay? Boom. And then here he is hanging out with his good buddy, Jay-Z. Again, just even confirming that, Jay-Z and Obama. So you got Jay-Z and Obama. Now, this is for an article where they're getting together for this award thing, okay? And do you think it's just by coincidence that what's right behind him and everything? No, and I'll prove it. Everything is all planned. Again, predictive programming. Everything that you see in the media, if it hits millions of people or more, or even hundreds of thousands of people more, it's controlled. It's controlled to get to this day where they want the Antichrist to rule everybody. And that's what everybody's... This guy reeks of Obama. He talks about him. I mean, he symbols him and all over the place. So does his wife and all this, all this. Beyonce's and everything, you know, all that stuff. It's crazy. Okay, so check this out. This is just a coincidence right here. It's supposed to say forward, but it's FORW that's shown right here. Again, this is a big picture. Again, they have all kinds of, you know, the videos of the whole thing of whatever. But this was a particular for a particular article or whatever, and so they had this perfect. So now I'm gonna show you, prove this. This is not. Remember, Jay-Z was 1026. Remember, boom. FORW in English order on reverse is 2 6 backwards, and 4 plus 6 is 10. 1026. JZ. That's a coincidence? See, I'm picking up on this stuff. And then look, it's light blue and white. Is that a coincidence? No. Look at that. Light blue, white is, check this out. It's 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 7 is 10. And then you have 2 and 6 is 26. 1026. There it is. If it was just off by one digit on any of these, it wouldn't work. You know, any direction, just one. It could be any numbers, and they wouldn't fit. But they just happen to both fit exactly what I showed you earlier. Yeah, right. If you believe in massive coincidence, then that's on you. Okay, boom. And then we have Jay-Z, one of his songs called 22 Twos. Well, if you think about it, 22 twos is 22, and 22 twos is 22 times 2, which is 44, okay? His good buddy, right there, 44th Prez, okay? 22 twos is 44. Are you kidding me? And then would 22 twos be something that I just showed you? Yep, it would be. 22 twos, that's exactly how it's spelled, is, get rid of the 0 in this case, 1 plus 9 is 10, 24 plus 2 is 26, and that's a coincidence? Not even close. If you believe that, you gotta check yourself. These are all. Every time I add one more thing, it's just add more of impossibility to it, and that it had to be planned. Boom. Now look at this. This is an iPad Goat. We have the tower, okay, and then we have midnight, right? Well, it means midnight in one sense. In one sense, I believe it's midnight in the mountain, and I believe it's midnight mountain time. And so if you go back 3 hours, it's 9 p.m. okay, in Hawaii. And then you go forward 3 hours, it's 3 a.m., okay, in New York. So we have 9 and then 12 and then 3. If you get rid of the 1 and 12, you have 9, 2, 3. And you can move the 1 to the front and whatever you want to do. So 9, 2, 3, going from 9 to 3 is another symbol they use, okay, all over the place. Now, the several things I want to show you about this. 12 midnight is not just what it shows, because it also shows at midnight or 12 o'clock in the classroom. So what that is it's right here. Before I do that, forget about this for a second here, but just look at this. I don't know why I didn't get rid of that one here. Okay, so we have one hand is on the 12, the long hand, the big hand, and the small hand's pointing to the 12, okay? Or both of them are pointing, whatever. 12, 12. So that, it's not just 12 midnight, it's 12, 12. So all you need to do is move the 12, switch the 12 into one place right here, and you have 122 plus 1. Or 122, 1, okay? But I'm saying what it is 122 plus 1. So January 22nd plus 1. Okay, now I'll show you many other things that prove that out. They have 22nd and 22 and 23, you know, in just many, many ways. Okay, but that's it right here. Boom. And then right here, as this keeps moving, this flag is what's all flapping around. It literally starts to form a heart shape for a second. It was a perfect heart shape. I watched it and I was like, what the heck? And then all the hearts that it shows in iPad Goat also refer to Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day isn't like all the other holidays are a code. For example, example of the transition. So one of the examples of the transition is New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is 12/31. 12/31 is also Decem 31 on the Roman calendar, which Decem is 10. So 10/31 is what? On the Gregorian calendar. It's Halloween. See how that works? They move these things around and it's all symbolic of other things. So whatever the time frame is, all these other, in fact, I'm going to give you a huge proof that 4th of July is the time of this transition that we're talking about coming up, okay? And all this kind of stuff. It's all symbol for that. So this is a heart shape. It's a perfect heart shape right here. That's Valentine's Day. So what do we have here? Again, we have this, which is, I'll just give an example, 123. Okay, 123. And then what's January in a Roman calendar? It's 11. So it's 11/23. So that's 11/20. And what's 2 plus 3 is 5. So that's 11/5. Well, if you look at Valentine's Day, that's 11, and 1 plus 1 is 2, and 5 is made up of 1 and 4. This is one way to get to 5, and that's the other way to get to. There's only two ways to get to 5: 2 plus 3 or 1 plus 4. That's it. I mean, whole numbers, whatever. Okay, so boom. So this is a symbol, and that's why, again, why the heart's in the heart. The word heart is also gematria for this time frame as well. But okay, so see how that 1, 2, 3 is also 214, which is Valentine's Day, and it's also 1, 2, 3, which is also 11, 5, and there's been tons of 11 5s, like I said, with my children and with all kinds of stuff too. Yeah, a bunch of stuff, and I'll get into that later. Okay, so, and if we go down from here, we're straight down from here, we go right into where the Psalm, on this same exact building here, you go straight down, and you see the Psalm 23, so-called, right? But there's much more going on in here. Okay, now watch. Boom. See, this is 23. There's only one number here. There's some other stuff hidden in here, but 23, okay? And then what do we have? We have, oh, by the way, I just realized we have 3, 2, 3. 3, but I mean, I already know that, but 3, 2, 3, which is Stinky Bo, Brock's name in reverse gematria is Brock Hussein's Obama is 323. Anyway, so we have 123 here, and we have another 23 right here. What's this? We have 2 dots right here. Just very clear, 2 dots and 3 lines right here. 20, and they're right opposite of each other because there's a little crease right here in the 2 walls. So we got 23 on opposite side of 2 dots and 3, 23, 23. So we have 23, we have 2 23s, 2 23s, which is 2023. So if we have 2/20/23 right down here, and right above it we have January 22nd plus 1, or January 23rd, January 23rd, 2023. Okay, boom. Okay, let's keep going. And then I've decoded this years ago, where what's also written in here is even more sly than this, is boom this. See this? Now watch. Boom that. Okay, boom. See this? Boom. Okay, so, and I did a color coded so you can see it better. So in this is O, B, A, M, and then right here, the end of the bottom of this end becomes an A with no cross thing, but it's an A here. Okay, now watch. There it is. So O, B, A, M, and then it's an A. Now I did an outline of the A, but then I did this in green, and the inside of it in orange, because it's also a clock, 2 clock hands in a sense, coming down, and that's going to the 12, and that's going a little bit after 3. So it's a little bit after 3, and I've shown many places in previous videos where it shows a little bit after 9 in some scenes in iPad Goat, and then it's hidden, and then a little bit after 3. And 9 is for Hawaii time, and Kilaue's going off or whatever in iPad Goat, and then we have a little bit after 3, and that's New York. Okay, so right here we literally have O, B, A, M, A right here. He's lightning falling from heaven from the 3, because he is 3. That's why it's a little bit after 3. He is the number 3. Why? Because the top of the pyramid is 111, which is 3, or 777, which is 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21, and phi is 21, and 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, or 777, because godlike status is 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. The top of the pyramid also is 111, which is 3, and then the bottom of the pyramid is the antithesis to 111, which is 666. Everything times 6. So the bottom of the pyramid, and or like worldly man, the number of man status without spiritual insight and godlike status is 666, and godlike status is 777, or 21, or 3. So he's 3 right here. From that, lightning falls right from heaven. He's 3. A little bit after 3 he falls, and that is happening between 6 and 23. 6 is 2022, 222, and 23 is code for 2023. And I'm going to show you that also shown in Lily dropping the apple and other things. And by the way, 623 in Jewish gematria is Barack Insane Obama. I'm just saying it that way. Barack Hussein's Obama's is 623 in Jewish gematria. That's because it's between 6, which is 222, and 23, which is 2023. And I think this might be it. We'll see. Okay, and I want to talk to you about this thing that has been happening last few days or whatever. Bills Hamlin in critical condition after collapse on field, game suspended. Okay, this is an example of the Antichrist dying, coming back to life. There's many of them. In fact, one of the Super Bowl several of the Super Bowls were like this. Even the one with the Weeknd, where he dies and comes back to life and stuff. There's all kinds of things. Um, yeah. Anyway, there's so much with this. Now watch this. So then here, and then in this article it says on the play the 6 foot 200 pound Hamlin, and I knew this was gematria right here. 6 foot 200 pound Hamlin. I knew this was crazy. Not to mention the numbers right here, but I'm gonna guess this whole phrase, and I knew it was. So watch this. Boom. 6 foot 200 pound Hamlin just happens to be 1:19 backwards and 23. January 19th, 23. And then also in both Kabbalahs together, it's 1:19, get rid of 19 and 23. It just happens to be that. Yeah, right. We'll keep going. And then even the reason why they use this is because they're spearing the beast. It's spearing the beast, okay, in code. And by the way, red, white, and blue, and that's also some colors for America as well, is 1:19:22. Or was 20? I'm sorry, 1:19:23. And I was going to show that, but I didn't for some reason. Okay, boom. Spearing the beast right here. Spearing the beast, the horned beast. Yeah. Okay, and then this is the guy, Damar Hamlin, okay? And then if you look at first letter code, it's DH, which is 4/8, and that's his birth. Both these are his birth, Obama's birth. 4th of April. Oh my goodness. 4th of August is Obama's birth, and then his coming birth is going to be the 18th day, which is the pre-day, 18th day of 23, because 5, H is 14, H. Wow, I can't talk right now. Blah, blah, blah. N is 14, 1 plus 4 is 5, and then 5 breaks down to 2 and 3 secretly, okay? So we have the 18th day of 23. So again, this is the count. So for example, I've explained this before. Let's say you have a date in December. Like say you have Christmas, right? Normally we know it in the Gregorian is 12/25, right? 12/25, and then whatever year it was, like last year was 12/25/2022. So 12/25, right? Well, to the elite and the Roman calendar, what they go by is it's Decem, right? We know it's Decem, but Decem is Latin for 10. So secretly they know it as 10. So it's 10/25. Now, if we do it with the count is different. The count is counting months and days. So if you just count in months and days, when you get to December, December's not done. You can't count a full 12 months, because when you count a full 12, December's over, and then that's basically the first day of the year. So when you complete 12 months in 1 year, then it's the first. So there's no date that would be 12 and then the day. So for example, 12/25 would be 11 months and 25 days. So Christmas of this last year that we just experienced recently, was normally 12/25, but on the Roman calendar it's 10/25, Decem 25, but on the count, 11 months it expired, so all of November expired, and then 25 days into December, so that gives you 11/25. Now, when we're in January, when you do the count, there's no months before January, so you're literally counting 1, 2, 3, January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, January 4th, all the way to January 18th. Right here, January 18th is the 18th day, literally. How many days are there in the particular year? You count all the days. This is the 18th day of 23. So literally, we have two births in his name. First letter code is Obama's known birth, and then his secret birth of 18th day of 23. The pre-day, and the 18th and 19th. And the 19th. Also, I've said many times, the 2 days are also 1 day, because there's a 24-hour period amongst them. And many other things. It's also 2 days. When something happens, it's a different time in another part of the world and a different day in another part of the world. Anyway, so 2 days could become 1 day. Okay, now we have his birthday. Now, before I do that, he is 24 years old. That's 2 4s, so 2 times 4, in a sense. 2 4s is 44. 2 4s, 44. You have 2 4s, 44. Okay, that's secretly hiding that as well. Again, all secret little communications and codes that people don't know, but I'm translating for you. So again, that's 44. That's Stinky B.O. That's Stinky B.O.'s known birth date. This is his unknown birth date. And then this is his known number, okay? But it's hidden here. Okay, now let's take this guy's birthday. Let's break it down here. Boom. So March can be either 3 in the Gregorian, or March is the first day of the Roman. So first day, first month of the Roman. Then we have 24. Then we have 1. We're going to cross out 1, 9. And then 9 and 8 are 17. Now watch this. Now literally his birthday breaks down to this. Watch. Boom, here. Again, we have the 18th of 23 right here. Watch. We have 1, and 1 plus 7 is 18. And then we have 1 plus 24 is 25. And that's 2, and then 5 is 23. So we have 18th day of 2023. Hidden. Okay, hidden. And then we also have his death day in here too. Again, it's his birth and his death and then eventual rebirth. That's why this guy got hit. It looked like he was going to die, and then he's coming back out of it, and he happens to be a black man, light-skinned black guy, so that's just what they're doing. It's a predictive programming. And this guy, he's another Antichrist dude, a symbol, just like many other people and every kind of ethnicity too. But there's been a lot of black women and black males lately that have been a symbol for him in so many shows and movies and everything. Black Panther and the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, all this kind of stuff, all this stuff. Okay, so now let's look at his death day. Very simply, remember I said it was January 26, 2023. So we got January right here. 24 plus 1 plus 1 is 26. And then 2023 is 223, which is 7. So we have January 26. January 24 plus 1 plus 1 is 26. And then 7 is made up of 2, 2, and 3. Boom. Okay, boom, I'm telling you, believe it or not. So this guy, Damar Hamlin, right here, he plays for the Buffalo, which is basically 2 is broken up into 1 and 1, which is hidden. And then we have 12, that's 12 backwards, plus 6 plus 1 is 19. 6 is made up of 2 plus 2 plus 2. And then we get rid of these because these equal 9. That's 11, 19, 22. He plays for the Buffalo Bills. And Bills right here is 2 is breaking down to 1 and 1. Get rid of 1, 9, because anything you add 9 to is the same. You literally have 2, 2, and then 1 and 1 is 2. 2, 2, 2 right here, and 19, 11, 19, 20, 22, 11, 19, 20, 22. That's what they're saying. I'm telling you, you'll see. And then this is, for that particular article I just showed you, this was the picture, and then it's showing these numbers. Now watch. These numbers are a secret little meaning here. So 97 and 99 are upside down and backwards. 6, 6, and L6. 7 is upside down and backwards L. That's why July is also December, because 7 is upside down and backwards L, which is 12, which is December. But here, L right here, you see the L right upside down and backwards is 12. And then we have 6, 6, 6, which is 18. So then we have 12, 18. I'm going to do it backwards here. 12, 18, come down. Then we have 2 and 1 adds, this one adds to the 18, so we have 2, 19. 2 is hiding 1 and 1. So we have January, the 11th month in the Roman calendar, 19. We're showing. And then right here, you see in their names, Phillips and Settle Jr. Settle Jr. and Phillips. That's the other part of this message. There's a bunch of messages in the numbers and in their names right here, even in colors, but I'm going to get into that. First set of code is Phillips. We got Phillips Settle Jr. PSJ. Put them together, okay? P is 16, S is 19, J is 10. Again, we have, and what we have backwards, January 19th, and then we have 7 is January 19th, and then 7, 1 plus 6 is 7, which is 2 plus 2 plus 3, so January 19, 2023. I'm just telling you, it's all over the place. I'm going to keep going. And then we have in gematria here in English, ordinal, and reverse together. You put them together, and you have 2 is made up of 1 and 1. Then we have 10 is hiding 1 plus 9. And then we have 2 plus 2, 2, 2, 2 is right there. Simple. There it is right there. Boom. And then right here, we have another thing. We have boom. Okay, again, this was the title on this one. You look at any article, and you can find all this kind of stuff. It's crazy. Bills Hammond, and right here. Bills Hammond in critical condition after collapse. Okay. Bills Hammond in critical condition after collapse in the field. My game suspended. So we literally have, okay, if you count 0 as an O, like I've shared before, O is 15, or 1 plus 5 is 6. So we got 1 January. 6 plus 5 plus 8 is 19. 119 right here. And then right here in letters and words, backwards is 119. 119. 119. 6 plus 5 plus 8 is 19. 119. 119. And then we have, so this is in English, but because we have some capitals in here, we can also use Francis Bacon, which includes capitals, and they make them different. So that with that is 695, which is 6 plus 5 is 11. So we have 119. 119. 119. 119. 6 plus 5 plus 8 is 9. 119. I mean, it's everywhere. I'm just showing you all this stuff. It's crazy. Another article here. Bill safety, Damar Hamlin is showing remarkable improvement. Now he's back. He's back from the dead. You know, I was going to be dead or something. You know, that's what they do all the time. And all these movies, either the black guy gets it, and he's done, like, and that's how he's done with Obama, or he gets it and comes back to life or something. Like, I was just watching The Dead Don't Die, and Danny Glover was in it, and he played the president in 2012, in the movie 2012. He played the president, so he's example of Barack Obama, right? And he's in 2012, and iPad Go was released in 2012, and he was the president, and Barack Obama was the president in iPad Go in 2012, and that thing. And Danny Glover, he's literally sitting across from Steve Buscemi, who has a Trump hat on. It has a different message, but similar to that same "Make America Great Again." It says "Make America White Again." It's just so bad, but it's Trump and Obama in this movie, and then Danny Glover is this character. His name is Hank, and the other guy is Frank, and they're all the numbers as well. But in the movie, he becomes a zombie, and so does Hank. And Hank and Frank both become zombies in this movie called Dead Don't Die. Okay, with what's his name? With yeah, with Bill Murray, right? Okay, and that guy that played Kylo Ren from Star Wars. Can't even think of his name, but the bad guy starting the latest Star Wars stuff. And then so Danny Glover is a zombie, and then the character played by Steve Buscemi, he's like the Trump type character, mean, racist, whatever, all this kind of stuff that they portray him as, right? A Steve Buscemi character. So they both become zombies, and Steve Buscemi character, which is Trump, gets killed, and then Danny Glover, zombie, doesn't get killed. So again, that's Obama dies, and then basically is still alive, and then Trump dies and doesn't come back to life because he's killed. So that's the way it's going to be. I mean, I give you 1,000 of those, and that's why I have it in my timeline, because that was just another one of those that prove what I've said 1,000 times. Okay, so here in Orchard Park, New York, and then we also have remarkable improvement. We have remarkable improvement over the past 24 hours. Now watch. I can use so many more things. This is crazy. He also died on. He also going to die on the 26th. It's just so many things. It's crazy. So Orchard Park, New York, is literally. This is all for the first day. So 2 is 1 and 1, and then 19 backwards, and then 1 and 1 is 2. 4 is hiding 2 and 2 right there. That's 11th. So that's January being the 11th month, 2022. Okay, well, because we're still in 2022, do the Roman calendar with the leap go by. And then if we're going by the Gregorian, Orchard Park is also in English Ordinal. See, that was English Sumerian and in reverse English Sumerian. This was in the same date, but then one's on Roman, this was on Roman, this one's on Gregorian. Gregorian is 1, and then 19, get rid of this 9, and then 2, and then 5 is made up of 23, 2 and 3. Isn't that crazy how this works? You see that? Isn't that crazy? Wow. It's January 19, 2023. Okay, I'm telling you, you'll see. Remarkable improvement is 2 is made up of 1 and 1, and this one in this case goes over with his 9. 3 plus 6 is 9, so 119, and then 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7. 7 is made up of 2, 2, 3. Boom. And then we have remarkable improvement, and then it's over the past few hours, or the past 24 hours. With the past 24 hours, again, almost the same exact thing. It's 2. Remember, look at 236. Look, 236, 236, 236, 236. Remarkable improvement past 2 hours. Same exact English ordinal code. But this is 119, and then we got, again, and then this one over here is 119, and then again, 0 is 6. Hiding 6, which is O, is 6. So we have 6, and then we have 2 plus 8 is 10. Take with the 0, so 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 is hiding 2, 2, 3. Okay, boom. Okay, so this guy, okay, he's 3. Stinky BO is 3. Remember, you saw that clock hand on Obama's rules, or 623, lightning falling, and it was 3. He's 3. He's top of the pyramid. Okay, and then 3, also spelled out, is 79 and 474. What's 79 and 474? It's Stinky BO. It's exactly how it was said in Luke 10:18. In Hebrew, I see Satan as Barack Obama. That's another reason why he's definitely the Antichrist. There's so many reasons. I have so many reasons. Nobody comes close. Nobody. And if you don't understand that, you just don't know the subject. I'm sorry. You just don't know it. Everything is Obama, man. It's everywhere. I'm getting really tired of it, actually. Getting really tired of seeing everything. Like this guy. He's just everything about him is reeks of Obama, and I'm showing it to you. Boom. This guy is a safety as well. And I'm going to show you, this is a transition of 22 and 23. This is backwards 23. Safety at 23, okay? Now, let me go into another thing of sports that we happened last month. Okay, this was the winning of the World Cup by Lionel Messi. Okay, and by the way, Lionel is lion, and Messi is short for Messiah. The lion Messiah. It's talking about Jesus that's coming soon. Also, with the thing about the Antichrist being the false lion, false Messiah, and all that too. You don't need no Messiah. You don't need no Messiah. Oh wait, okay, but right here, their numbers are covered up. Here, even his number with the 10 is covered up. So there's just a 0 here. So what do we have right here? We have 1917. 1917 is shown in that picture, okay? Listen, pictures are different. Some pictures don't show it. Some pictures that are shown on major publications, everything like this one, major articles, are shown certain angles on purpose, so then they give you the message they want. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Believe it or not. If you don't know this by now, your head's in the sand. And then you don't know, you need to learn this stuff, because this is what's programming your mind, as well as everybody else. Like I mentioned in the beginning, all the gematria, all the symbols are programming you. I mean, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to actually prove it to you. He's the lion Messiah. That's what he is called. He's also called the alien. He was before he played for them. He played for the aliens, and aliens are coming as well. So we have 1917, which is what we just switched the 9 and the 1 right here, and we got January 19th, and then 2023. 223, 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7, and that is that. Boom, right there. That's what that's showing right there secretly. Okay, I keep showing it to you. I'm just gonna keep showing it to you. Look at that. Look familiar? 1917. Look at this movie. It's about war starting, about World War I or whatever. Okay? War, sunrise. Oh my gosh. There's so much in this. So that is 1, and then that's 19 backwards, and then 7 is 223. That's war. War's coming, beginning on that time. I'm telling you. We're going to have, very, very possibly, Zelensky's going to be killed. And that's he's the built up hero. I mean, if you actually believe that Ukraine held off Russia for so long, I mean, you got to be, I mean, seriously, you are programmed like crazy. There's no way that a small country with limited resources like this, Russia could have wiped out the map. It's all part of a predictive programming thing. It's all part of they want to build it up where, oh, he's a hero, he's fighting him off and everything, and they get time to get a lot of support and everything, and get us involved and get the money and all this stuff, and then boom, then Russia lashed out at us and everything, and then that's about to happen. It's all planned. It's all, I can see it, man. Oh my goodness, this is it's kind of easy to predict to me, but almost. So I mean, kind of, but not really, but kind of. Some of it is, okay? But look at this. This is so crazy. Now watch. Boom. When did Russia invade Ukraine? On their day, which is kind of half a day ahead, was 224. But our time, I made sure, was 223:22. Look at the transition here. It's literally 2022, 2023. See the transition here? That's what this is. It's a transition. It's showing you, that action is showing you that that's when Russia is going to be in war with us on the transition. And the transition is coming. The real transition, not Christmas Eve, Christmas, not New Year's Eve, New Year's. It's this transition of, which I believe now, we'll see. I mean, it could end up being February, March, but I don't think so. It looks like it's going to be Chinese New Year, and I'm going to show that to you here. That's why it was originally set up that way with the symbols and everything. Okay, but there it is right there. That's the date right there. Backwards is 22/20/23 or 322 Skull and Bones. I mean, are you kidding me? It's crazy. Hopefully you see that. Bam. And then also 1917, we just seen here in gematria, spelled in English right here, just spelled out in English, is also 11/19/2022. So we have 11 is 5 and 6 is 11. 19, obviously right here. 2 and then 4 is adding 2 and 2 right there. Come on here. I'm losing my voice already. Wow. And then check this out, 1923. This is again, we don't have a month in the count going forward because January is the first month. So we don't, I mean, if we did in Gregorian, it's 1/19, but this is 19th day of the 23rd year. 19th day of January 2023. I'm telling you, there it is. Might as well just do that. Okay, what this some more crazy stuff about this. Now watch again, and this also spelled out 1923 is 11. 2 is made up of 1 and 1 again. Then we have 4 plus 9 plus 6 is 19. Then we keep seeing the same over and over. Then 2 and 4, 2 is there, 4 is 2 and 2. I'm telling you, it's got to be somewhat hidden, or you'd find it. You have to have something like this. It's just the way it goes. It's hidden in different ways. Okay, it's not obvious. Now to play this for you, and I want to make a point. Some people have seen this before. I've played this before. I want to make a point to this, and why the first day again, 1119 on the on the Roman calendar, or 119 on the 1119 on the Roman calendar, or 119 on the Gregorian calendar is really important for also the death of Creepy Uncle Joe, who's biding time. Creepy Uncle Joe, who's biding time. And he's going to, I'm saying, and I've said in predictive programming many times before I even knew about this, and I saw this about a year ago. I didn't even know about this, and I've seen a ton of predictive programming, and then I saw all this predictive programming showing that Harris was going to, once he dies, be the president or whatever. And then anyway, so much. So he's going to basically predict, because he's a Mason and everything. He's going to predict in a sense, right? He already knows what's going to happen in the future to some degree. So does most of the presidents ever. He's going to predict that a female president is going to be the vice president, and then the male president is going to die or be killed, and then she's going to become president that way. He's going to predict this. Watch. Mr. Ford, what advice would you give? Oh, crap. Oh, sorry. Oh, hold on. Let me pause for a second here. Okay, I didn't think my volume was turned up enough, so let's start this over again. Hopefully it was, but I don't know. But I turned it up anyway, so you can hear this. Okay, here we go.
Mr. Ford, what advice would you give a young lady wanting to become President of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become President of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president. And the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die. And the woman will become president under the law or Constitution. And once that barrier is broken, from then on, men better be careful, because they'll have a hard time ever even getting a nomination in the future. But that's the way it's going to happen.
Wow, it knocked me off, and the app completely stopped and knocked onto my phone. Crazy. Okay, that was annoying. Yeah, this app can be annoying. So anyway, let me go forward to this. Okay, so he literally said that's how it's going to happen, and that female or the male will die as president, and then the female vice president will become president. I mean, literally telling you how it's going to happen, and it just happens. This just happens to match with look at the date here. Do you see this right here? See that? Now watch. Okay, I'm blowing that up a little bit. That's 1989. What is that? I just showed you this earlier. 19 and 8 plus 9 is 17. 1917. Just like that movie, just like the other thing I showed you before. I mean, it's crazy. See, the gematria just keeps showing up in these things. This numerology they use. And that's actually, like I said, just like 1923 is showing the 19th of the 23rd year. Okay, and now he said, so again, what is this? This is 1 and then 19 backwards and then 2023. Okay, boom, right here. It's all hidden in their numbers and their symbols and their speech and their everything else for the future. What's going to happen? Okay, you just got to look for it and be moved by the Lord to show you. Okay, like he's doing with me and other people. It's great. So here we go. Now let's go to here. Now watch this. This is so crazy. Okay, this is about the first day. Now this is about the first day. Like I said, the first day is the 19th, and it's about. Remember, he said the president will die. So I'm saying, and I've been saying for months, that creepy Uncle Joe Biden time will die, and then Harris will take over. Now watch. And I've said this a little bit before. Now watch this. This is so crazy. Because this is about that day. That's the 19th of the 23rd year. 19th day of the 19th day of the 23rd year, because that's the count. You don't have to have a month before that, because of the 19th day of the 23rd year is January 19th. Okay, 19th day of the 23rd year, what will happen? Harris from Ford. You heard about Harris from Ford. You just heard about Harris from Ford. Now let me say it fast. Harris from Ford. Harris from Ford. Harris from Ford. That's who that is. That's Harrison Ford, or Harris from Ford. I hope you're getting chills like I did when the Lord showed me this. They do this on all these words. Now watch this. What's her name? Helen Mirren? Helen, you're in. Helen, you're in. Right here. This is the beginning of hell. It's the first day. Helen, you're in. Helen Mirren. Helen, you're in. Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. Helen, you're in. Telling you this is, and there'll be some kind of attacks here on the president, and then there's so much. That's Ford being, Harris is the vice president that's going to take over for creepy Uncle Joe Biden time. I mean, man, hopefully you get this. This is insane, and it's so funny because I also thought of hell and urine. I'm like, you're being hell and like you're being peed on. Hell and urine. I'm like, of course, because it's a Yellowstone. Oh, this is my humor sometimes. Hell and urine. Oh, this is so crazy. Do you get this? Helen Urine and Harrison Ford, and Helen Mirren. I mean, I'm telling you, this is what they do all over. It's all over things. And you're just like, what? How can this be? It's in so many people's names. It's so many things. It's just hard sometimes to find it or see it right away. I found in many people's names, these messages they do. It's just really crazy. For example, like I said before, I'll just give you one little example. The Secretary of State now is Antony Blinken. Okay. Antony Blinken. So what, right? Well, I ended up looking on his Twitter one day, and his Twitter handle is A Blinken. So his name is A Blinken. A Blinken? And I knew right away he is going to die because he's A Blinken. Get it? See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, there's tons of things like that people don't see and they don't think about, but the Lord gives you the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And you may have noticed some of these things, people's names, for example, that do that, or other things that have multiple meanings. I mean, we literally have that in English. We have multiple meanings of things that sound the same, and it's designed that way by the enemy. So moving on here, let's go. Okay, so this is Messy right here, and he literally is messy because he's got iPad Goat stuff all over him. He's got that's the flower in iPad Goat, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit here. In just a second here. That's the water lily, the pink water lily. That's an iPad Goat. That's the crown from the coin that's right under Obama's foot right there. There's many other things going on. There's a time, which is telling you the time. I can't read the time, but anyway, boom. And then what is his number? His number is 10. What is 10? 1, and then that's hiding O. O is 6, or 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. And it's also it could be the year. That's the day and the month and the year. So look at this as the day, the month, and year. Now watch. Day and the month is what? Or actually, no, I'm taking that. I meant the month. Okay. The month and year, because we're at January. There's no month in the count. Okay. So let's look at this. Boom. So just 6 upside down and backwards is 9. So that's 19. That's hiding 19. Okay. Because 6 is 9. Basically, it's upside down 9. And then 16 is hiding. 1 plus 6 is 7. And 7 is 2 plus 2 plus 3. So it's the 19th day of the 7th. So that's what his number is hiding. 19th day of 2023. Okay. Okay. And there's the flower. There's the coin. And I'll show you again here. Boom. See this? This is this British coin right here. There's the one right there that matches almost exactly without the writing on it, which you don't have to have on there, but that's exact British coin, matches that. It's under Obama's foot, and he's got the exact thing on iPad Go. So that, people have said to me over the years, oh, you're just so obsessed with iPad Go, and it's just a cartoon and all this stuff. Well, you know what? Bull. That's a bunch of bull. That's a bunch of BS. Barbara Streisand, Blake Shelton, and a little bit of Bruce Springsteen thrown in, or ultimately Barry Soetoro. Okay, what a bunch of BS. Okay, no, this is what they programmed. I'm showing it to you. Okay, again, this is other parts of his tattoo. iPad Goat, AC right here. Look at that right here. The church window, whatever when he dies, it comes through here. There it is right there. That's the window right there. That's it right there. Okay, and the flower, and this, and that, and this. I mean, are you kidding me? This is all planned to show you this stuff. He even has an eye on his bicep, and then I had a picture where he's doing the one eye thing with his eye, closing one eye, open one eye, and then he shows his bicep. So he's got one eye in his bicep and one eye that he's showing in his face, closing the other eye. That's the one-eyed symbolism of the Illuminati and all that stuff. Okay, so now we got the Chinese New Year, which is the 22nd, right here. Okay, right now here we go. Looking at the characteristics of the year more specifically, 2023 is the year of the water rabbit. Following the Chinese calendar, which rotates 60-year cycles based on 12 earthly branches or 12 animals, okay, animal years, and then 5 heavenly stems. They call it wood, fire, earth, metal, water. Okay, so this is the year of we're going from the water tiger to the water rabbit. Okay, now this is Lily dropping the apple. When she's dropping the apple, you see here, apple is full reduction and reverse is 2322. Again, 2022, 2023, or 22nd, 23rd. It's both the 22nd, 23rd of January. Again, no months. That's the count. 22nd, 23rd, and 22, year 22 and year 23. Both. Boom. Lily, her, she's 22 and 23. Are you kidding me? Bunny it's also a rabbit, which is the numbers as well, and I'm going to show you that. Bunny is also 22 and 23. Are you kidding me? It's impossible. Exit is also 22, and I just covered up the other one to do this. 22, 23, and the exact full reduction from reverse, all the exact stuff. One more. That's not only a buck, and that's one of the meanings of this. It's also a deer, and deer is 23, 22. Are you kidding me? Boom. We literally have, again, we have apple, lily, bunny, exit, deer, all 2022, 2023. Now remember, I just showed you earlier, safety. Remember, Lamar, whatever, Hamlin was safety, and that was 2022, 2023, but the 23 was backwards 32, but it doesn't matter. We had the same exact full reduction, reverse full reduction for safety. I mean, come on, man. Okay, now look at this apple here, okay? Now watch. Okay, now we have the hair. That hair is a 6. Okay, this in her in her dress is a upside down 23. So I turn it upside down. That's a 2 and a 3, 23. 6, 23. By the way, in Jewish gematria, Stinky BO is 623. Okay, the apple drops in between 6 and 23. What is 6 and 23? 6 is hiding 2 plus 2 plus 2, or 2022. 23 is hiding the full 2023. So we literally have 2022 and 2023. Between these two, the apple drops. The transition, I'm saying, right there. We're in between 6 and 23, right there. Okay, that's the hidden meaning. Not on June 23rd or whatever. It's crazy. And then that is the year of the rabbit right there. The year of the rabbit is between 2022 and 2023, and it's right on her head. Okay, and look at this right here. This is the yin year. Yin, this is yin and yang. Yin year, this is a yin. The yin year is a year of the rabbit. I'm going to show you the yin year is a year of the rabbit right here. Look, year of the rabbit, yin year, okay? And yin is right here. This is, look, yin. Yin means dark, night, cold, winter. iPad Go all shows winter. Nothing but winter. Asleep, quiet. White is day, hot, strong, all this stuff, okay? And that's rabbit right here. Look at that. Boom. Not the same. Inactive. This is interactive on here. It says, for the yin-yang symbol, dark on top, light on bottom, indicates extreme interaction and creativity, possibly even conflict. Again, I'm not saying this. This is what they're saying, and I'm just interpreting what they're saying. Conflict. Yes, conflict is coming. And the yin year of the rabbit is conflict, and yin is night, dark, cold, winter. It's female and not male. It's also moon, and the iPad Goat Antichrist comes up and is born on a full moon. Oh my gosh, it just goes and goes and goes. Okay, and then check this out. I showed how in the past, year before last, basically, it's been a while now. Gabby Petito was found dead at 9/19, which is also 19. The 19th day, okay, and that's the birth. 9/19 is also January 19th. And another way I'll explain. Okay, so like I explained before, vertical line, vertical line, vertical line is 111 or III or LLL, and they have all the different. So 9 equals 12 equals 1, and they're interchangeable. So 919 is also 119, which is also 1219. I hope that makes sense. So she died on 919, which is also 119. Okay, and they're both holding the baby, black and white, blonde, just so many things. She's wearing a gold skirt. She's sitting in a gold ring. Here's Betty White. Betty White is Lilibet, Lila Betty White, Betty White, Lily White, Lily White, Lila Betty White. She's got black and white on. She's Lilibet. Okay, Lilibet is what the Queen said that her father called her. Lilibet is kind of a loving kind of little name, whatever. But they put it out because she's Lily. Lilibet means is Lily short for Lilibet. Okay, the Queen is Lilibet. Okay, and so many because the Queen and the royal families, they have DNA in Stikibio's clone DNA, and it's mainly Akhenaten. He's Akhenaten. He looks just like him and all this kind of stuff. But he has some of the royal family's DNA. That's why he's stepping on the coin, the Royal British Crown, in the iPad Go, because he's basically above their power and influence and their money. They've made him above it. He's standing on it. Okay, and it means other things too, but that's one of the biggest meanings I've got from the Lord. So she is Lily also, and then Betty White is BW, okay, which is 1123. 2 is 1123. It's also 322 skull and bones and all that kind of stuff. But that's this. It's so many things. Oh my gosh! Now Betty White, check this out. We're back in the 50s. Okay, well no, actually it was. I think it was no, it was 40s. In 40s she posed for these cards, topless. Okay, posed topless for these cards. Okay, and then I have that in conjunction with this article last year that she died at 99. Now look at this. Remember, iPad Go was about hearts and stuff too. And look, 9 and 9, and she dies at 99. And there's even more to this than that. Betty White dies, Golden Girls, and Mary Tyler Moore Show star was 99. Okay. I can say something about this. I'm not going to say. Okay. I'm trying to keep above board here. Okay, here we go. Now, watch this. She died on 12/31. That's the transition. Again, it's Eve. She died on New Year's Eve. That was telling me, that was a huge thing to show me as well, that this was the time, because it was last year, New Year's Eve, but it was showing you that there's going to be an Eve or transition time that it was going to be the time. And then she's pointing to the time by her death and this number. Now watch, this is so crazy. Now we got 2 hearts. The Antichrist, it's on the Antichrist chest and iPad Goat. 2 red hearts. 2 red hearts. That's 99. Okay, now she died on 12/31. Again, death is birth to them. And then 99, 9 plus 9 is 18. So plus 18 days is, guess what? Oops. I thought I put it in, but I didn't. Plus 18 days is January 18th. Or 19th. Okay, sorry, it could be 19th because plus 18 days is 19th. So you add 18 days and then you got to the 19th, basically, or the 18th. It doesn't matter. 18th, 19th, however you do it, including the day, whatever. And then that's 2 hard. This is so crazy. So anyway, and then she was in People. Okay, turns 100, but she didn't turn 100 yet. She died before this could come out. This came out. She was going to turn 100 on, guess what, January 17th, on the day before the transition into the 18th, which I'm saying is the pre-day to the whole thing. She died. Her birthday is January 18th, just like Michael Obama, hint, 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 Michelle, okay, was born also on 11/17. 11/17, or 11/17. And that's what it is, actually. So January 17th is also 11/17, which also makes it 1/18. Hopefully that makes sense, which is the first day, or the pre-day. Hopefully that makes sense. And then right on this People, equating her to Lily. She's secretly Lily, but on the cover of this is also the baby Lily of the, remember, see how they're coordinated here? She's Lily. She's an older Lily right here. She's Lila Betty White. Lila Betty White. Okay, white dress. Okay, and Lilibet right here is a little baby from the Harry and Meghan Markle. Okay, Lilibet, okay, and they're showing that they're equating these two together. And I'm going to show you how she's equated to the queen in many ways, and how she's equated to Lilibet, and how she's Lily in many ways. Now watch. So that's equating them two on this here without people knowing it, okay? And then here's an article about whose side. Hold on 1 second, I'm going to do something real quick. Okay, so let me do this again. Okay. Who's older, Queen Elizabeth or Betty White? Who has the higher personal net worth? Again, comparing the two, like they're equal. Okay, that's one article. Here's another one. Pure hate. Journalist Nana Burton sparks fury after joking the Queen should have died instead of Betty White. Again, equating the two again. I mean, it's all over the place between these two. It's just crazy. And then, okay, Betty White again, Lila Betty White with a rose. Lily has a rose in her hair. Okay, looked like the Queen. I'm going to show you. And guess what? She had a show called Life with Elizabeth, the Queen. Life with Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth. Are you kidding me? Elizabeth, Life with Elizabeth. And she looks like the Queen right here. People are like, don't. I saw her right away. Look at this. That looks like the Queen on a coin. Look at that. She's got like the outskirts here like a coin. That looks like the Queen on a coin when she was younger. And there she is right there. Does not look so, I mean, that's all equating her to the Queen. She is Lilibet. She is Lilibet. It's a signal that her death is showing that's on the transition. Her death was December 31st. Betty White. Okay. She's also the Queen of Comedy. She was the Queen of Comedy. Okay. I mean, are you kidding me? Okay. Now here, Life with Elizabeth is LWE, which is, that's L is 12, 23, and then 5 is 22 and 3. So we literally have January 23rd, 2023 here. And then we also have right here, and it's how this long this went here, backwards is Decem, or not Decem, but it's 10, which could be Decem, but 10 is, take away the 0 is 1, 19, and then you get rid of the 9 and the 1, any kind of, get rid of 1, 1, and 1, 9 with a rule of Kalel, and the 9. So that's literally 10 or 1, 19, 25 or 20, and 5 is made up of 23. 1, 19, 20, 23. I'm telling you. It's all here. Boom. Okay, now this is crazy, okay? It's even in movies like this, Legion, okay? Legion's about, the Archangel Michael goes against God because he wants to get rid of mankind because they're so evil. And then so he allows demons or angels to go inside humans to act like zombies and just destroy all the other humans, basically. Something like that. If I remember the whole display it. Anyway, it's crazy. And then there's a Betty White character in the very beginning. Again, she gets killed in the beginning. So the beginning is the transitional day. That's the eve. The very beginning is the eve of the time, and she dies on 12/31. So there's a Betty White character that's really evil, but she comes off as good at the very beginning, and then she dies right away. And that is, are you ready for that? You get ready for this picture. It's going to be a little for some people. But right here, first of all, this movie Legion came out on January 22nd. The Day of the Zombies is going to be January 22nd and 23rd. 22nd, 23rd. This happens to be that. Are you kidding me? Wow. And then if you basically take the 0 and O and O is 12, add one of that to 1, that's 12, 22, 23, and then that becomes 20, 23. It's crazy. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does. Okay, so watch. So boom, here you go. This is Betty White, okay? She comes off really nice and everything. They serve her, and then she just starts talking about this lady's kid that's unborn, and he's going to burn and all this other stuff. And then they come at her, and then she just goes, "Arr," and then she climbs up the ceiling and everything. It's creepy. It's crazy. But and then they kill her, shoot her at the beginning. So she is Betty White that dies in the beginning. Or she is the comedian that dies in the beginning. The comedian, the death of the comedian, like Zelensky was a comedian before, and he was a comedian before he was a president, and he even played the president of Ukraine before he was the president. He dies in the beginning. And then here she is. She's really evil. Okay, see that? She's really evil, but she comes off as all sweet and everything. And at the very end here, in this little clip she says she drinks the blood of virgins. And she's just telling you the truth, that she's really evil. And then, she looks all nice and everything, and then she's showing you the truth. And then she looks all nice and everything, and then she's showing you the truth. That just looks just like her. I mean, it's crazy. Okay? She drinks the blood of virgins, she says, as a joke, as a funny thing. Like, that's funny? She's basically saying virgins, so it's really children. but children are virgins. So it sounds a little bit more palatable. Now, if she said drink the blood of children, now that some people would laugh at that, but she doesn't go quite that far. She said virgins. So, but she means children, and that's what she's really saying. And she is up there. That's why she lived so long, and that's why she's been so successful and so, loved by the world. And listen, if you're loved by the world, okay, then you're not good. If you're really good, you're hated by the world. That's just it. There's no way you can be loved by the world and do good and really be a good. There's no way. No way. The world only loves its own, and they are evil. That's it. You get to the top by that way. Okay, that top. And then here's from Joker. Put on a happy face. Okay, but really evil inside. Okay, and then look, and here's the comedian from Watchmen. The comedian is he's all happy, he got a smile on his face, all laughing, but he's evil and he kills people and he's the worst, and he's got a happy look, put on a happy face, see, happy face, but then gets shot in the head. See? And in the beginning of this movie, in the very beginning, just like in the very beginning of that movie Legion, she dies, and she's represents Betty White. She's a comedian that dies in the beginning of the year, right before the year starts, really. And then in this movie, the first thing that happens is the comedian gets killed. In the movie Watchmen, the very first thing, the comedian dies first. He is Zelensky. He is Betty White. He is whatever, and he is the Joker. Joker gets killed too. Goes back, okay. And here's comedian. See, comedian. Yeah, he doesn't like her Wolverine blades, comedian. Zelensky, White. Okay, she's died at the beginning. He's going to die in the beginning. You'll see. Whatever day it is, whatever time it is, we'll find out, okay? And then here it is. So this is scene in iPad Goat is showing the transition, okay? The transition of, it is also symbolizing 4th of July and New Year's. Now, the key in New Year's is that you got a party favor right here. There's other keys, but one of them, of course, is the Chinese New Year. You see the girl that he's grabbing is Chinese, okay? Her name is Sun Tzu, okay? Which is Chinese, of course. So it's Chinese New Year, but... Okay, now watch. He's grabbing. I did this analysis last year, and I thought this time was going to be it last year, but this is so much more apropos now. He's ending the year of the tiger by grabbing her shoulder and turning her around. And look at his hand. He's got a ring with a stone in it. That stone, if you zoom it up, it is purple or violet. Okay, purple or violet, shining right here. Okay, as he reaches, and then watch. Okay, by the way, that is an amethyst. Amethysts are the birthstone of February. Okay, because we're about to get to February. What will happen at the end of this time frame? The very last day will be February 1st, and that shows it as well. We got a combination of time frames here. I'll show you. So, and it hit perfectly. It just really hits perfectly. Now watch, boom, and then he reaches even more, and then it turns green. Again, amethyst is purple and green. Purple or green, purple and green. He reaches, it shines green. You see it, that's actually pulled from that, shines green. He grabs her shoulder and then turns her around. Now, amethyst, whichever color, amethyst just happens to be 666. No. And then it's also shown in the scene as well when the explosions happen. But watch here. See that we're talking about 31st, again, transition of January going into February, January going to February, in a sense, another transition. And then this is the day that the Antichrist becomes Antichrist to the world and revealed to the world. And that is the day of the amethyst, which is the first day of February. And amethyst is the birthstone of February. Boom, see? The first. Now watch. In these explosions, we have the amethyst, both amethysts. Watch. How? Boom, there you go. See that in the explosions? We got both amethyst colors right in the explosion. Wow. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. And then this also represents the 4th of July. How so? Now, this is so crazy. When the Lord showed me this, I about fall off my chair. I'm not kidding. You got to get ready to get blown away. And the 4th of July is symbolic of many things in iPad Goat and other things in predictive programming, like in Stranger Things season 3, they were showing the upside down happening and that transition going from the good to the bad upside down during 4th of July. They also showed it, there's doing different It's examples of that. They also showed another season was 2 seasons were Halloween. Remember I said Halloween? 1031 is Decem 31, which is the transition of 1231 to New Year's Eve to New Year's. But now we have the symbol of 4th of July. Now, how is this the 4th of July, and this also the symbol of 4th of July? Now watch. iPad Goat came out on the 24th of June, not quite 4th of July. We got a little ways from there, but the point is the date. Now watch this date, 24th of June, 2012. Are you ready? The founding of our country was on the 4th of July, July 4th, 1776, right? So from 1776, July 4th, which is 4th of July, to the end of the United States, which is the amethyst, that February 1st, when the amethyst, and that's the first day of Obama's to the world and destruction of the United States, and that's what those explosions mean. There's nukes going off and everything too, is 24th of June, 2012. That's why iPad Goat has that date, because it's based on when the United States was formed and when it's going to be completely done. These are when nukes go off, or that's what fireworks you see. When fireworks go off, you don't know you're predictably programmed of nukes going off, and that's the end of the country. This is the beginning of the country, this is the end of the country, and that's the 24th of June, 2012. The 24th of June, 2012. Incredible. We are 246 years old plus some change. That ends up being exactly the 24th of June, and that's 2012. Man, that gave me, I about fall off my chair when the Lord showed me this. I am blown away. I cannot believe it. Hopefully you are blown away. This might be it, folks. And then he's sitting in the belly of the beast. The belly of the beast means two things. There was a very good documentary done by these brothers. I can't think of what their names are, but it's called Belly of the Beast. You might have to pay for it, but it's worth watching. It's about how DC is the belly of the beast. The beast is Babylon, and the center of power in Babylon is the beast, which is Washington District of Columbia, the false goddess Columbia, the District of Columbia. Okay, and that's what the Statue of Liberty is based on: Isis or Columbia, both. Isis, Osiris, Ishtar, all that. Okay, all these female negative spirits. Okay, he's sitting in the belly of the beast, which is symbolized by Washington D.C., or a whale. See these bones here? He's in the carcass of a whale. He's in the belly of the beast, and also the belly of the beast is also the Capitol. If you look at the Capitol building in Washington D.C., it looks like a big belly. And then you go down the mall and you see the Washington Monument, and you have a phallic symbol or a penis in a vesica Pisces, which is a female area. So that's the conception. And then you go farther all the way to the other end, and you have the Lincoln Memorial, which represents death. So you have conception, and then death on one side, and the other side birth, the belly of the Capitol, which is the belly of the beast, which represents the birthing of the Antichrist. Every time there is an inauguration of a president, they have a ritual cursing the Bible that's underneath the Washington Monument. The Washington Monument is 555 feet high, but underneath it, it's 111 feet deep. And put those two together, and you got 666, baby, 666 feet. They have a little chamber down in the bottom of the Washington Monument where they have a huge Bible that they curse, and they these Scottish Masons do, and they have a whole ritual every single inauguration president for the future president to be the Antichrist, and that is Stinky B.O. You will see that. It's crazy, belly of the beast. And to prove that even more, we have right here, we have this guy, Michael Packard. Michael Packard said he was swallowed by a humpback whale. Again, swallowed, but he was really he was really describing it as he was grabbing his mouth and spit out. But all these things say swallowed. So then if you swallowed, he's going to go in the belly of the beast. Get it? And this was on June 11th. Remember I showed that before, June 11th? What was June 11th? That was the rollout of Delta Zls, Variant Zls. June 11th, June 10th and 11th. It's 2 days, but it's 1 day, 10th and 11th. That was also the eclipse that day as well, which is not a coincidence. So June 11th is huge, and that's the belly. He was in the belly of the beastles. Apparently, not really. He was swallowed by that. If you're swallowed, you're going down the belly. I mean, come on. But he said he grabbed it in his mouth and he spit it out. But all these things say he's swallowed because that all is symbolizing of him going into the belly. Okay. And that was on June 11th. And then I'll watch. Now, Lilibet or Lila Betty White was in the belly of the beast in Washington on the exact day, not only June 11th, but June 11th, 2012, the exact year of iPad Goat, and just a few days, just basically a week, if you include the day, 2 weeks before, which is 14 days, which is crazy if you include the day, 14 days before iPad Go came out in the 14-day process. It's crazy. And then that's, by the way, June 11th and June 11th are the 163rd day of the year. And the 163rd day of the year is Stinky B.O. In his full name in English Ordinal is 163. Impossible for this to be not planned, people. I mean, seriously. She's in the belly of the beast in Washington, D.C. He's in the belly of the beast in Wales. They're both in June 11th, June 11th. Again, June 11th is 163rd day of the year, which is his number exactly in English gematria exactly. I mean, if there's a number that should be A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, all that. Now, even more than that, what I say earlier about what June 11th was, June 11th is 6/11, upside down and backwards, is January 19th hidden. Okay? Telling you, this is absolutely nuts. Then we have January 19th to June 11th is 143 days. Okay, watch this. And then from the Queen's birth on April 21st, which is the opposite of September 11th, to September 11th is 143 days. That's not a coincidence. All planned. All planned. Okay, I'm going to explain this, what was in my thumbnail. So right here is a locust. This is a locust. Head of a locust, body of a locust, big legs that go back, up, and down. You can't see the whole thing. This is the best angle with all this stuff, I thought. This is a locust without the legs, except just the back legs. The back legs are here, but not the front legs here, because it's not that obvious. You got to kind of hide it. It also says USA. It also has two. This is a volcano, and this is a volcano. This is a tsunami wave and a tsunami wave. Volcano, Hawaii, tsunami wave. Volcano La Palma, tsunami wave. This is also, so this is a locust, and this is a rabbit. See the rabbit? 2 ears, arm, paw, bunny rabbit leg with bunny feet, foot, bunny paw, bunny, whatever right here. Locust in English gematria is 12 and 21, which is 2, 2, 1, and 1 is 2, 2, 2, 2. I mean, you put 12 and 21 together, you have 2, 1, 1, 2, or 2, 2, 2. 19 and 2 is made up of a 1 and 1, 11, 19, 22. Rabbit is clearly 1 and 8 is 9, get rid of that. Oh, by the way, 1, 5, and 3 are 9, get rid of that. So get rid of that. And then we have 1, and then 9 over here is 19. 2 and 2 is 22, and then 2 is made up of 1 and 2, and get rid of that 0. So that's 11, 19, 22, 11, 19, 22. And then on Bush's, hold on, move this thing. On Bush's hair, he's 11. And then we have an S, which is 19th letter of the alphabet, 11S, and then D is 4, 4th letter of the alphabet, which is hiding 2 plus 2 or 22. 11, 19, 22, 11, 19, 22, 11, 20, 22, 11, 19, 22. And that's the first day, and that's January being the first, or January being the 11th month on the Roman calendar that the elite go by. So it's a locust rabbit portal that's going to open up that is showing on George Bush's eyebrows. Again, it says USA as far as being destroyed. It has other things in here too. I think other people said some things. I think that some people said in comments or whatever. But I see, this is the 3 things I see. Locusts, as far as a portal opening, we know a portal's going to open. The locust is going to come out. That's on the 29th. We know a portal's going to come out, open up. That's going to be on the 23rd. That's the children coming in. So we got 2 portals opening up, and that's a locust and that's a rabbit. And they're the numbers for the first day, and then Bush's head and the dunce cap. Or you don't need a D for dunce cap. It means something. It also means that Bush is also D for Donald. He's dark because he's gonna get eliminated, and shot. Whatever. So that's interpretation of that kind of. Okay, boom. And then check this out. The rabbit hole. Alice in Wonderland. The rabbit hole. How far does a rabbit hole go? Again, this is a portal. Locust and rabbit portal. They were talking about portal. Rabbits are all over iPad Goat. And to show you example, we know, in Alice in Wonderland, you go down fall down. This is Alice falling down a rabbit hole with all kinds of stuff. Just, this was some kind of article about Alice in Wonderland. But then it just happens to have the exact programming. And watch this. It has the exact date of when remember I showed you the 19th? Remember the 18th and 19th the same day, but this shows the 18th, okay? Actually, this shows the 19th. Now this shows the 18th. How is that? 1 is ace, 1 heart, 1, 2, 3 plus 9 is 12. And then we have a 6. 12 plus 6 is 18. 1/18. Are you kidding me? January 18th. Portal. Locust rabbit portal. I mean, seriously, crazy. It's right here. I can show you even more that it shows it. And when they do the cards, it gives a great excuse to show numbers and stuff. And there's even more in this, but I'm not getting into it right now. There's even writing here and stuff. I'm not getting into that. Okay, now watch. This is a see an iPad Go. What's the portal shown? Also, we have Lincoln. This is Lincoln. This is a person's face. Nose, beard. See, it's a beard that doesn't go up to the nose. It's the Amish beard or the Lincoln beard, right? This beard, nose, hair right here goes up right there, and it morphs into this thing. And what's this? This is a bunny also. Legs, arms, eye, head, and then watch. This top of this head goes boom. This is ears. This is an ear that goes up. Crap. Okay. Ear that goes like this and flops over here. I finally saw this. Ear right here to the top of the head. Then bunny body, eyes, bunny head, ear flapping all the way over here to become his hair. Bunny, rabbit, transition right here. And Lincoln also equals these numbers too. Lincoln, and also his birth. His birthday of 2/12, oh gosh, 1908 or something like that equals those numbers as well. It's crazy. I didn't get into all that because, again, I could get so much stuff and I just can't get into everything. It's already too long. I'm already at... Okay, now look at this. He dies and coming in this portal. By the way, this silhouette of this opening is 2 ears and a pontiff hat. That is the death of Obama's death is on the same day of death of the Pope. That's 2 ears and the pontiff hat, the Dagon fish hat. You see that? You see 2 ears, and that's his death and Obama's death. So what I've seen in Predictive program also is Obama's going to die the Pope's going to die the same day as Obama dies somehow. And then when Obama comes back to life, he's going to bring the Pope back to life on that same day. And the Pope's going to say, oh my gosh, you brought me back to life. Everybody's going to know the Pope's dead. But then when they both show up alive, you're going to have the false prophet and the Antichrist. The false prophet's going to say, I was dead, you know it. And then you raised me back to life after he came back to life. I'm going to show you that in a couple different ways. I'll show you some. And this is the bunny right here. Bunny head, eye, ears right here. It's also a DNA strand. It's also 8 because you got 1, 8. Oh, okay. There's 1811 on this thing. 1811. The Society of Jesus, which the Pope is a part of, is Society of Jesus and Gematria is 1811. Also, he's the head of the Society of Jesus. Boom. 1811. Thank you, Constantine. By the way, Constantine has shared some different things about some of the stuff that I've shared. So I want to thank you, brother, for that. We've kind of worked together on some things. Him and I have kind of come together and we kind of where I'm a little weak, he's good at some of the symbolism, and where he's weak with some of the numbers, I have a little bit stronger numbers, but together we're able to come up with a bunch of stuff. It's crazy. So I am thankful for you, brother. Thank you so much, man. You just been awesome when we come up with some amazing stuff. So anyway, he told me about the Society of Jesus thing with the 1811. I was like, wow, that hits us perfectly. By the way, this also symbolizes when the Queen died. She died, and then remember her funeral was on 9/19, which is when Gabby Petito was found dead, and her funeral was on 9/19. Okay, and this is the window of the cathedral that she was in, and it happens to be 1,811 days after Revelation 12 sign 1811, which you can't see here, but this is a rabbit's head with ears. Oh my gosh, it's coming through the eye in a sense. I mean, now watch, more rabbits. There's even more that I'm showing here, but watch. Rabbits here. You got rabbits here with the Statue of Liberty is kind of over here. There's a rabbit head right here. Upside down and backwards is 9, 2, 3. 9, 2, 3. You got to turn upside down and backwards to see that. But there's a big eye and a little rabbit nose here, big rabbit ears. This is a rabbit, white rabbit in a sense. There's a rabbit it's actually sideways in the water. That's water rabbit, and this is the year of the water rabbit. I'm telling you. And then it's up in the sky with the oils dripping and all this stuff. You see the oil derrick pumping over here and everything. This is up in the sky. This is a stretched out rabbit. See the little bunny ears, white rabbit, like running or jumping or something like that, stretched out here. I mean, you got to look, but it's there. And that's water rabbit because, clouds are water, evaporated water that formed into clouds. It's water rabbit, water rabbit, water splashing around this rabbit thing here. This is on water where this rabbit is. Water rabbit, water rabbit, water rabbit. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Bam. Now, hey, check this out. The movie Knowing. Okay. So much predictive programming, all this. It blows my mind. Okay. And I'm going to show you another connection to the children leaving and aliens. Okay. People have said to me, especially several Christians over time, oh, the children aren't leaving and all that. I don't know about this. Yeah, you don't know about it because you don't know the depth of what the Old Testament and New Testament talk about it. Again, if you want to know, it's in the bottom of the description box below. Links in the description box to the printable pages. You can look at, see all the links, all the scriptures that show this, that this is what's been hidden by the Lord. Because when people are after all the children leave, yes, for some people it'll be too late, but other people, you have a little bit of time to come to the Lord. And then some people still won't get it yet, but then they'll realize eventually that, what's going on. It's crazy. So God's in it to win it on people's lives, many, many stages that people don't see things and they finally wake up. Some people wake up way too late, unfortunately, way too late. But here, Knowing. So Knowing, look at this. This is so crazy. In this poster here, what's hidden here? Look, see, Knowing right here is showing it's split up. These words, these letters are split up by this crescent shape here. So that's a key. And then we have I is a 1. That's another key. This is a 1. I'm going to show you here in a second. So K is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. And then N is the 14th letter. So what is this 214? Like I showed you earlier, 214 is Valentine's Day. And then Valentine's Day is also code for 11. And then 5 is 23, 11/23, or the 11th month, January, and the 23rd day. So again, there's that. It's also the year. It's 2, and then 14 is 5. So 2/5 is 2023, or 2022 plus 1. Okay. Now let's go over here. That's nothing because that's a crescent moon. I'm going to show you this 1. This is not an I at all. How is that an I? That's not an I. That's a clear 1. Why is there a 1? Because this numerology, you see all these numbers in here? It's hiding this idea. So 1, and it just happens to be W's right here. It's 23. We literally have 1, 23. So we have this by itself. It's on the other side of this. And that is, again, symbolic. Remember, like Halloween equals this time because 10/31 is really 12/31. And then that time, the New Year's is really the New Year's of the Chinese calendar. And then 4th of July is really this time, not 4th of July. And then we have Valentine's Day is this day, but no, it's really not. It's about another day, this day coming up, which is January 23rd, which is hidden because January is 11. 11/23 is 11/5, and 11/5 is also 2/14 because 1 plus 4 is 5, and 2 is really 11. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But right here we have 1, 23, 20, 25. 2025. Sorry, 2023, because 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 is also made up of 22 and 3. So that's 1, 23, 2023. Hopefully that makes sense right there. And then we have, because this is a transition right here, because we have 1, then this is something else. So N is 14, and G is not 25, it's 7. I know I did. I was thinking it was Y or something, but it doesn't matter. It's 7. Okay, so it's 14 and 7. I don't know why I did 25. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Same thing. 14 and 7. And so 1, 4, 7 is 1, 22. And then 7 is made up of 2, 2, 3. So we have 1, 4 is still 22. And then, of course, this G being 7 doesn't matter. 7 is made up of 2, 2, and 3. 2 plus 2 plus 3. So we have 1, 22, 2023. And we have 1, 23, 2023. Is the day of knowing. You'll know what's going on. And now watch. And then when does this come out? March 20th, 2009. Watch this. In this case, March is the 3rd month on the Gregorian. Then we have 2, get rid of the 0. Okay. And then we have 2 is made up of 1 and 1. And then 9. What is that? 19th of January 23. Year 23. 19th of January 23. It's also this 5th day here, the 22nd and 23rd. How? It's, watch. This is so crazy. It is, okay. So it is the 19th day of, hold on a second. I know, hold on. what did I do here? Oh, okay. So, yeah. sorry. So it's also the 23rd of January, and then 19 is basically, or that's 1 and 9 is 6 upside down backwards. So that's what it is. So sorry, 23rd of January, and then 1 and then 9 is upside down and backwards 6. So 1 and 6 is 7, which is 2023. So you have 1/23, 2023. Okay, well, that makes sense. It's all there, believe it or not. And there's a scene at the end, the children are holding bunnies. Remember, bunnies is the portal, is the transition, is the year of the rabbit, okay? And then it just so happens to be that kids that are taken by aliens. So again, people say, oh, children won't be taken. You want to bet it's in predictive programming all over the place. Okay, you just can't see it, unfortunately. And then watch, there he goes. The aliens literally take all the children in the end of this movie knowing, and they're holding bunnies. She's holding the bunnies, but they were holding them over here. Children, and bunny is the portal. It's just because rabbit and bunny are the numbers. So is dolphin. You've seen like in dolphin in Lego movie or whatever, there's a dolphin with 515 on it, and that's the numbers as well. Dolphin is the numbers for that transition. There's different things like that. They use different symbols because they're the gematria numbers for that, hidden. Okay, boom. And then we have, again, remember, Nick Cage is in this, right? Nick Cage right here, Nicolas Cage. And here he is in Con Air. People have made some artwork about this. Put the bunny back in the box. He was a Southern guy, and he got to fight for his friend, and in Con Air. So put the bunny back in the box. Why couldn't you just put the bunny back in the box? Why couldn't you just put the bunny back in the box? And he's like, his friend's like, I just keep thinking that God doesn't exist. He goes, I'm gonna show you that God does exist. Anyway, I'm going to show you God does exist. I like that part. Anyway, so Bunny back in the box. Again, Bunny. Okay, Bunny, Nick Cage, he has to do with the transition. And it just happens to be on his prison uniform. What does it say on his prison uniform right here? It says 001-02875. 001-02875, right? What's that? 001, obviously 1. And then 2 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5 is 23. 123. The date of the transition, the date of the portal open with the bunny and all that stuff. He said, put the bunny back in the box. As you grab the bunny and you open the portal, put it back in the box, close the portal. I'm telling you, it's right here. Bunny again. Bunny, why bunnies? Why not squirrels? Why not, cuddly puppy or cuddly cat or kitty? Or why bunny? Because it's the numbers and stuff, okay? And look, is a bunny equated to Obama at all? Yeah. This is actually 3 different artists. Okay. And you see a similarity between a bunny or a rabbit and Obama and Hope and rabbit and bugs. I mean, it's all the numbers too. Bugs are the numbers, rabbits are the numbers, Hope's the numbers. There you go. Okay. So last but not least, bye. Bye. See you in the tribulation at the bunny transfer. The transition of the bunny. Bye. See you in the tribulation. Bye. See you in the tribulation. Okay, wait a minute. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm doing like a southern thing, like a mixture of Cameron Poe and something else. See you in the tribulation. Okay. Anyway, whatever. So this is crazy. Okay, and that's it. Okay. So I'm sorry, that's my, this is so serious. I mean, I cry and stuff like that because I'm concerned about people all the time. And I literally have had, and especially in a few months, well, over the years, I had a few months ago, 13-year-old kid come to the Lord, emailed me and said, I want to know how to come to the Lord. I mean, I've had a number of people come to the Lord through this ministry, and people are like, oh, you just, dates and numbers and all this stuff. Yeah, but, people see the Lord's working, and they want to receive, and they want to get. And it's crazy. It's awesome. And I'm thankful for this ministry I do and stuff. And I'm warning people, and I'm so thankful. So, it's a blessing, even though it's so hard to keep doing new times and everything, and just hoping that we're finally there in a way. But on the other hand, struggling with, people who haven't come yet, or, people who are going to be left behind, all that stuff. And I think that's a real loving struggle. And if you just want to get out of here, and you just want to know about that, that's not what it's about. It's about, loving your neighbor and being Christ to other people and all that. So hopefully people see that, and hopefully you're working on yourself, because you know what, if you're a selfish, cowardly, childish person, and you don't see things inside you that need to change, you're probably not going to go. I mean, it's a reward. I'm telling you, rapture's not an automatic thing. People think that it's a reward for the work you do with, and that you're connected to the Lord Himself. It's, believe it or not. If you don't believe that, it's up to whatever. You can disagree. If you have a hard time with what I'm saying, anything I say, and you're rude about it, you're done in 2 seconds. Deleted. So don't even bother. Okay, this is my message. This is my house. If you come to my Telegram, you come to my YouTube, it's my house. And if you're rude and everything, I'll kick you out of my house. That's it. I'll love you and pray for you and hope that you'll change and forgive you and everything else. But you're not going to stay in there and just talk smack and everything. There's no way. No way. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody who's ever given to me and this ministry and ever shared videos and all that stuff. And, man, I can't even, and pray for me and my family and, positive comments, all that. And I also need support too, if you're able to give. Hopefully this is it, and we're there and all that stuff in a sense. I say hopefully just because my selfish nature wants to be hopefully, and this is a struggle. But on the other hand, is if it goes a little bit longer, I literally know of a couple of people that came to the Lord within the last month. So I mean, it's like, Lord, all I say is, because I don't know what's the deal. I just said, Lord, your will be done. And I'm in your hands, and I don't know. And that's it. That's all I can do. And so I do my best to go day by day with that. So anyway, that being said, thank you so much. Again, the ones who've given, I want to put I really feel like, even the Lord's told me not to thank specific people or whatever. And I just said, Lord, can I please share? Can I please say something about 2 people? And then he's like, okay, I feel like, but he really would like them just to reward them. And it's not, I won't even say their names really. I'll just give them a little bit of a slang thing. So Georgie, I want to thank. I'll say Georgie's, thank you so much. I mean, and the reason why I mention these 2 is because the commitment and the timing sometimes is extraordinary. The massive commitment to me and my family is just extraordinary. I just want to thank Georgie so much. There's so many people I can thank, and Lord just doesn't want me to, because He wants to thank them personally and all that. But I really, these people are like so many people. But I'm just going to thank 2 specifically, Georgie, and then I want to thank you for Gabby. And it's kind of weird. I'm talking about Gabby Petito, and again, I'm calling you Gabby, and I thank you so much. Like I said, the timing sometimes with both of you, and many people too. Sometimes it's crazy, the timing of, like, I'll have $20 in my account or something, and I have to pay something, and right when I have to pay it, here's something that comes, a check for something. It's like, oh my gosh, Gabby, thank you, or Georgie, or Barry, or or whoever. There's several, and there's always new people, and it's always just extraordinary. All I'm doing is just struggling to survive with my family, doing our best to love each other, and then warning people, how much time we have left, So this is my crazy humor. See the tribulation. And that's the wrap. And I see it. He's like, see you. I'll be there. Anyway, this means I gotta make it silly, or I'll just cry every day almost, because I've seen incredible and ridiculous, disastrous things. I've seen where this is going, and most of the things I predicted, I've seen already. I just had to find a way to try and explain it. Most of the things I've seen in some kind of dream or vision, or the Lord's made it super clear that it's going to happen. And people can disagree all they want, but I say majority of what I've said and what's linked or what's pinned to the top of my comments will happen. And when I don't know when. I could never say I know when. I have no idea when, and it might not happen in that order. Like I said, I said Trump said he would come back, and he did. I said the Queen would die and within months, and she did. And I said this and that. As far as the timing, I don't know. I can only guess and speculate. I've been right about many, many things, and sometimes to the exact day, and sometimes I was off by a few days with Trump. I was off by a few days with the Queen, whatever. But I knew the Lord was telling me when to start talking about certain things, especially with the Queen. I was starting to talk about it before she started becoming ill and everything, because he wanted me to start sharing that. So anyway, leave it at that. So thank you so much. If you're able to give, there's a link in the description box for PayPal. I really appreciate it. We could use it right now. I got to pay rent. And so I just rather not leave my landlord on the hook, and that kind of stuff. And then there's also Zelle Pay. Zelle Pay is free. It's better than PayPal. You can sign up at ZellePay.com. It's free. It's way. I hate PayPal. I really hate PayPal, and I want to quit it, but just I can't. So I try to get out of Venmo. It's really stupid the way they do it, and I will not give them all the details because I already did it when all the jump through the hoops with PayPal. Because Venmo is owned by PayPal now, so it doesn't matter. So I'm sorry if you just do Venmo. That you can either do Zelle Pay or PayPal or PO Box or whatever. So, but thank you so much. If you feel led to give, God bless you and God bless all of you. Thank you all for watching, and please share this video. There's some massive, huge stuff on this video that I'm very proud of, and the Lord has shown. So I'll leave it at that. And so thanks so much. This is Exalted Lamb 1. Over now.